Founded by Dr. Hammond and originally known as Hammond Engineering, the Interstellar Mining Corporation are the tyrants of the frontier, and this is their story. Founded around 200 years before the events of Titanfall 2, Hammond Engineering was a small mining company based in the core systems. The company started to grow exponentially 15 years after it was founded due to the rising demand for manufacturing materials for use in Titan, and because of Hammond cornering the market for planetary survey tech and map database rights. This exponential growth allowed for the as it is now known Interstellar Mining Corporation, or IMC for short, to acquire many of their competitors, becoming the massive commercial empire we see by the time of Titanfall 2. During this time, the IMC would help fight in wars in the core systems, which would help sharpen their teeth for what was to come. Upon gaining access to jump drive technology, the IMC and its subsidiaries would start to expand into a newly discovered portion of space known to all as the frontier. To help colonize the frontier, the IMC implemented the IMC Servicemen's Readjustment Act, also known as the GI Bill. This bill allowed former soldiers of the IMC who fought in the core systems to be given land and money to settle in the frontier. In the meantime, support in the core systems for the frontier was starting to dwindle. Support eventually completely evaporated when several conflicts erupted in the core. However, rather than flounder, the frontier thrived. This life, independent of Earth, gave the population a very huge independent spirit, making the IMC's next move very unpopular. After the conflicts in the core systems, the IMC would return to the frontier to reclaim what they considered theirs through eminent domain. The return of the IMC caused several decades of tension between them and the settlers already living in the frontier, causing the settlers to band together to form the Frontier Militia and protect their home. This group would fight to kick the IMC out of the frontier and to maintain their independence. This conflict was called the Titan War. This war, however, was not just fought on the frontier. There were also a few battles in the core systems. These conflicts saw mainly the use of the Atlas Titan, as neither Strider nor the Org was around yet. While we don't know many of the specifics of the Titan Wars, one important event was the mutiny of the IMS Odyssey. Under the lead of XO James McAllen and pilot Robert Baker Taub, the crew defected and hid away in a then undiscovered system in the outer frontier. Despite this, it is presumed the IMC won the Titan Wars due to their continued presence in the frontier after the war. As the mainline Titanfall games both cover the Frontier War, and I plan to make videos about both games, I will only give a quick overview of the Frontier War. In many ways, the Frontier War was a continuation of the Titan War. In fact, they are generally seen as a continuation of the same war, much in the same vein as World War I and II. There isn't much known about the time between the two wars. The first thing we learn about the Frontier War is that the 1st Militia Fleet is on the run from Admiral Graves of the ICM. While running from the ICM, the militia raided an ICM refueling depot. After this raid, the militia retreated into Sector Bravo 217 to find a hiding place. But what they didn't expect to find was the remnants of the IMS Odyssey and the surviving mutineers. The issue is that with the IMC following them, the militia led the IMC straight to the mutineers. To exact punishment on the traitors, the ICM sent mercenary Cuban Blisk and the new BRD-01 Spectre to massacre the civilians. Only a few colonists survived, including Captain McAllen. After this, the militia would go on the attack by crippling the IMS Sentinel and destroying the fleet stationed at Airbase Sierra. The militia eventually attacked the port world of Demeter, which served as the hub of the IMC supply train for many years, stranding the IMC forces left in the frontier. After the Battle of Demeter, Vice Admiral Graves, along with many other IMC personnel, would defect to the militia. After the desertion of Vice Admiral Graves and the loss of Demeter, the AI Spyglass was promoted to the rank of Vice Admiral. Its fleet, dubbed the Ruminant Fleet, was mostly made up of automated units and conducted many raids against allied and enemy targets alike. This would lead to infighting and a fracturing of the remaining IMC forces, hindering them in their fight against the militia. This fracturing includes groups such as the Ares Division and Vincent Dynamics to occasionally fight against the Remnant. The final battle that we learn of is the Battle of Typhon. This battle is the main focus of Titanfall 2, where you are tasked with getting to the bottom of what destroyed the 9th Militia Fleet and making sure the planet-destroying fold weapon couldn't be used by the IMC to destroy Harmony. In the end, Militia pilot Jack Cooper succeeds in destroying the weapon, but the weapon destroys the planet of Typhon in the process, along with all IMC personnel stationed at the science bases and military bases on Typhon. Thanks for watching. Go like and subscribe if you want more.